ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Hello, everyone. A big loss on Great Cranberry Island, where a fire has destroyed the local general store. We'll have the story coming up. Also, utility crews say all remaining power outages should be restored by the end of the day. And later on, a special swimming pool in Orland that has become a winter oasis. First of all, I am Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us this noon, sitting in today for Susan Farley. We hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. Now it's time to get back to business, I guess. Before we do anything, though, we're going to turn things over to Devin Biggs to see what today's forecast holds.
Alrighty, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. So we had a few flurries showing up on the radar last night. We're keeping those going into the morning period. But as we head toward the afternoon period, we'll start to calm down. We might get a little bit more action further off toward the north. But overall, we will be okay as the clouds will start to break up later this afternoon, too, to reveal some sunshine. So keep the sunglasses handy. You might need those as you head home from work today. So moving forward, the winds will be out in the west, but switching directions at times, reaching up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusts up to 30 cannot be ruled out, but then we'll calm down for a while, with more wind on the way later on Wednesday. But moving forward, again, some of the clouds will break up, so looking pretty good moving forward later this afternoon, but more clouds on the way for tomorrow with chances for snow showers that will also begin to return. So a forecast for today, lower Thursday, we had a few morning, maybe a few afternoon as well, flurries, gradual clearing with that west wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 17 degrees, becoming partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, lower 30s, some snow showers on the way. Southwest wind getting up to 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving forward for the afternoon period, looking pretty decent out there. Partly cloudy, maybe a few flurries at times. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll look forward to that. See you just a little later on. Well, in today's news, it is a terrible loss for residents of Great Cranberry Island. The local general store was destroyed by fire overnight, despite a big effort to save it. The flames broke out early this morning and left little behind, as you can see there. Volunteers from Cranberry Island fought the flames alone until departments on MDI could help join the battle. WDEA reports crews from Southwest Harbor and Mount Desert were also taken to the island aboard a barge. There's no word at this point on what started the fire. We are told that there are no injuries reported. We have a crew following that fire, and we'll certainly have the very latest tonight. That serves as a lifeline to the mainland, certainly a big loss to the residents of the island. Well, meanwhile, a home in Penobscot was badly damaged when fire broke out Monday. Multiple crews responded to 615 Back Ridge Road in Penobscot right around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon for a reported structure fire. According to Blue Hill Fire Chief Matt Dennison, the family had just gotten home when the fire broke out. Chief Dennison says the home was made of concrete, which complicated the efforts for firefighters. He said there was some kind of an explosion, but they're still working to understand exactly what happened. No one was injured, and the fire marshal's office is investigating. Responders from Blue Hill, Castine, Orland, Penobscot, and Bucksport all assisted. We'll bring you any updates as we get them. Maine State Police say a child is dead and an investigation has begun in the Midcoast area. Spokesperson Shannon Moss said on Sunday, shortly after 7:30 in the morning, the Lincoln County Communications Center received a 911 call in Edgecombe regarding a 3-year-old child that was not breathing. Rescue and deputies from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office all responded to the residents on Route 1. The child was transported to a hospital and was pronounced dead. Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit, detectives, and evidence response techs all responded to the scene. An autopsy was conducted at the Office of the Medical Examiner in Augusta. However, the cause and manner of death are being withheld at the request of the Attorney General's office. The investigation into the death continues. We'll bring you the latest information as soon as we have it. Utility crews hope to have any remaining power outages restored by the end of today. There were more than 300,000 following Friday's powerful storm. Central Maine Power was still working on a little more than 1,400 remaining outages this morning, and Versant Power had a little less than 600. That was about 11 o'clock this morning. A.J. Douglas spoke to the president of one of the largest utility companies to learn about that massive effort.
When the storm hit,
we were ready to go.
Utility companies say they made sure to plan ahead following several reports of gusty winds ranging from 55 to 65 miles per hour. Versant Power told us staff members prepared to restore power lines as quickly as possible. However, the level of damage to equipment caused by the recent windstorm needed to be addressed.
The drive around the service territory, the damage is remarkable. To me, this is reminiscent of hurricane-level damage.
Powerful winds moved across the country during this national weather event, leaving thousands without power during a very special time of year. As of Monday, over 8,000 Versant customers were still affected by outages. Versant Power President John Flynn says over 100 crews were on the road Monday.
For those who don't yet have power, please know we're doing everything we can to work as expeditiously and safely as possible.
A vast majority of restorations are expected to be completed by end of day Tuesday. In Hampton, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
In other news, the fiscal year 2023 omnibus spending bill is now awaiting President Biden's signature after passing in the House and Senate last week. The House passed it Friday with a vote of 225 to 201. It had already passed in the Senate earlier in the week. Senator Susan Collins says there are some 180 main projects for which they secured funding. They range from fire stations to preserving historic venues and repairing roadways. She says the funding is going to be very helpful to the state of Maine.
There's a lot that's good in this bill. It increases funding for our national defense, which I believe is absolutely essential for our national security. And it's also good for preserving jobs at Bath Iron Works, at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, at the Pratt & Whitney plant in York County, and at the DFAS Center in Limestone. So there's a lot in this bill that directly affects the state of Maine.
Well, this is also the same spending bill that includes a provision that would pause any new cuts or regulations for the Maine lobster industry for the next 6 years. President Biden is expected to sign it sometime this week. Well, we turn now to the crisis on the southern border and new information overnight about the buses of migrants dropped off outside the home of Vice President Kamala Harris over the weekend. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has that story.
This morning, days after buses of migrants were dropped off in 18-degree cold on Christmas Eve outside the vice president's home in Washington, a spokesperson for Texas Governor Greg Abbott confirming the migrants came from Texas, saying they willingly chose to go. Many of the migrants, including children, were not wearing proper winter coats and clothing. Abbott's communications director saying the migrants signed a voluntary consent waiver in multiple languages. Abbott recently spoke to ABC's Martha Raddatz about the bus drop-off in multiple cities.
And I removed them to locations that self-identified as sanctuary cities that have the capability and the desire to help out these migrants. And so that's exactly what's taking place.
The White House calling the move on Christmas Eve a shameful stunt, but Abbott's office firing back, slamming the White House as a bunch of hypocrites. The back and forth comes as both sides await a ruling from the Supreme Court on Title 42, a pandemic-era policy that allows the government to expel asylum seekers on public health grounds. The Biden administration argues the COVID emergency is over. Abbott says otherwise.
Whether it's COVID or some other issue, when you have people coming across the globe without knowing at all what their health status is, that almost by definition is a public health risk. There's every reason to keep that in place.
And now new figures show the extent of the crisis. Nearly 1.6 million people are now waiting for their asylum applications to be processed, a record number, with cases now 7 times higher than a decade ago.
And that was Andrew Dimbert reporting. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll catch up with local shoppers as they head back to the store in search of post-holiday deals and the latest on the extreme winter conditions facing so many states, including in New York, where more than 4 feet of snow has fallen, and there's still more coming down. Don't go away. More ABC News at noon right after this.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Having a floor that fits your lifestyle is something we take for granted. It's not just about picking the right style and color, it's about so much more. Whether you live near the water, in the city, in the woods, have pets, or even kids. Here at Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors, we will help you choose a floor that you'll not only love, but a floor that will last. With quality name brands like Maine Traditions, Hallmark, Fusion, and so much more. Buy from the best, forget the rest with Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors.
Oh, that's normal. Wow.
This holiday season, get 2.9% APR for 48 months plus $500 Trade Assist cash on a new 2023 Forte.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
She was the only one that had real access to the account.
A girl's guardian didn't guard her savings.
I see transfers on the 9th, the 12th, the 13th, $100, $30, $75. Those were all transfers to your bank. That was very foolish of you.
And a relationship goes bankrupt.
So you don't speak anymore?
She doesn't want nothing to do with me.
Because she hit me. Did she ever put her hands on you?
She literally smacked me in the mouth.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday at 5, only on ABC 7.
Bank robbery! Starting January 3rd, The Rookie moves to Tuesdays, and they're teaming up with the feds for an action-packed crossover event.
This suspect is extremely dangerous.
The Rookie crossover event starts Tuesday, January 3rd on ABC.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Hamden Bridge Bundle project has officially been completed. The work involved rebuilding 8 bridges and rehabilitating a 9th, along a 4-mile stretch of I-95 in Hamden. 4 temporary bridges had to be constructed to keep interstate traffic moving during the work. 3 of the bridges also crossed the Sowet-Dobscook Stream, which also complicated the effort. Cost of the project was expected to be around $45 million. It's all wrapped up now. Waterville beginning the search for a new city manager following the sudden resignation of its own top official. Steve Daly submitted his resignation letter on Thursday. According to the Morning Sentinel, Daly said in a letter his decision to step down was caused by personal and urgent circumstances. Daly was hired to run the city almost 2 years ago. City officials now plan to hold a special meeting tomorrow to determine a severance package for Daly and to also talk about the next steps. Now, people are hitting the malls for more shopping following the holiday break. As our Matthew Jurancic reports, the usual trend of massive returns may not be the case for a lot of people this year.
Typically, the day after Christmas is known for malls and local mom-and-pop shops getting swamped with people wanting to return their gifts they received. While this has been the case in previous years, folks we spoke to this year told us Santa pretty much nailed it.
Christmas was really great. We really didn't have too much to exchange. I just kind of got stuff that I asked for, and I really appreciated it. I'm really grateful that I got it.
Rather, people we spoke to had flocked to retailers to use what money and gift cards they got from St. Nick, which is welcome news for stores.
I bought some pants on sale using my points from all my holiday purchases, and I got a couple ornaments that were on sale as well.
I used Christmas money mostly. We went into Bath & Body Works and bought some stuff in there.
This comes after the National Retail Federation came out with a report earlier in the month that consumers are expected to return more than $816 billion worth of gifts, remaining consistent with last year's retail numbers.
But I really enjoyed coming out here and picking out things myself with the Christmas money, because I think that's also part of the holidays.
For some, finding that perfect gift after the holidays can be difficult, so shopping for yourself and scoring some sweet deals is a gift in and itself.
It seems like these days we pretty much buy things that we need, and so gift giving is difficult. And so that didn't happen a lot, so I bought something for me.
All the talk of gifts aside, folks also reminded us that the reason for the season isn't just presents.
Family's super important, and it's always important to hang out with them and see them, and I think the holiday time definitely shows us that, definitely helps us, but also being able to give gifts and receive gifts and like put your time and your thought into it is something special too, and shouldn't be taken for granted.
Matthew Juroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A lot of people going to turn in those gift cards today and get some other things. Well, coming up after the break, we'll take a look at how the winter storm has affected the nation and continues to do so today. We'll also find a hidden oasis found along a busy highway in Orland. Don't go away. More ABC News at noon right after this.
The biggest sale of the year starts right now, and it's only at the Furniture Gallery. Huge discounts everywhere during our year-end blowout sale. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also $2.99. And sectionals as low as $6.99. Save up to 75% off brand names like Ashley, Lane, Serta, Simmons, Nectar. You won't see these savings again, so don't miss your chance to purchase that special item now. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
This week on Wheel, watch the year-end with enthusiasm.
Yes! I'm gonna solve that! Why are we yelling?
Woo! My lovely earrings were made by my friend Kyle, a lifelong fan of Vanna's.
Sure, Vanna will be expecting a pair of earrings in the mail.
Something's happening! Happy New Year, everyone!
Happy
We're
New
here!
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
On Jeopardy!
It's been quite a year for us here at the show. The thrilling debut of our Second Chance competition, moving right into a mind-blowing Tournament of Champions. Amy Schneider is now our Tournament of Champions winner. It's also been quite a year for Super Champions. Chris Panullo now ranks in the top 5 all-time for Jeopardy winnings.
Now, this week on Jeopardy, can current champ Ray Lalonde become a Super Champ too?
Everybody's off and running, Ray.
Well, let's do a true daily double then.
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to the latest on the winter storm that's paralyzed much of western New York State and has claimed dozens of lives. President Biden has approved federal aid for the Buffalo, New York metro area as it braces for another day of sub-freezing temperatures and lake-effect snowfall. ABC's Justin Finch has more from Washington.
Federal emergency assistance now on the way to a western New York currently crippled by more than 4 feet of snow and bracing for more.
Certainly it is the blizzard of the century.
The Buffalo area reporting at least 29 storm-related deaths, more than half found outside, and more than 500 have been rescued from extreme conditions.
I heard him screaming for help.
This woman credits quick-thinking neighbors for helping her get this man, suffering from apparent severe frostbite, to an emergency room. Buffalo is banning travel on its now treacherous roads, and its airport is remaining closed until at least Wednesday.
It's been catastrophic. It's been a failure at every level.
The Department of Transportation now looking into Southwest Airlines canceling of more than half of its flights Monday and Tuesday.
This one started west, swept east, and impacted almost every single one of our largest airports that put us in a position where we struggled to recover.
System-wide, airlines canceled more than 3,600 flights Monday, stranding passengers across the country.
My daughter's in New York City all by herself, very sad. It ruined our Christmas.
And scientists caution extreme winter weather could become more common, finding climate change is leading to a rapid warming of the Arctic, which can play a role in driving frigid air farther south into the U.S.
And that was Justin Finch reporting. This hasn't been a great winter so far for some of Maine's smaller ski resorts. There simply hasn't been enough snow or the conditions needed to make snow. That was also the case at the Camden Snow Bowl, but they're finally open. Rochelle Gagne and her team have been busy making snow to give people something to do during the holiday break. They'll be open from 9 until 4 through the holiday break and hope to offer tubing later in the season. Herman Mountain is also busy making snow and hopes to open for the season tomorrow. They also will offer tubing a little later on in the winter. We just need some more cold weather and some snow. That will certainly help. Unfortunately, it looks like we'll be in for a bit of a warm-up later in the week. Hopefully they can make lots of snow before then so the kids and everybody else can have some snow to play with out there on the mountains. Let's check in with Devin Biggs for more.
Already happy Tuesday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. A few flurries have been developing out there this morning, along with the mostly cloudy sky, and the radar is continuing to show that as we head toward the afternoon period. Not much of any activity nearby, but we're going to have high pressure that will begin to approach soon, and that's going to equal the sky that will be clearing out for a while, but another system up toward the west that will begin to move in soon, and that's going to give us the opportunity for more snow showers that will begin to approach from the northwest going toward the south and east. So futurecast showing us, again, we have the clouds and a few flurries. By this afternoon, look at this, a lot of clearing in the skies, but by tomorrow morning, the clouds start to move in again with snow showers that will be on the way throughout the morning period, maybe lingering into the afternoon as well. Not a big deal. The clouds even break up again by Wednesday evening into parts of Thursday. But we hold on to some clouds in the northern parts of the state, and even the northern areas can see a few snow showers before we're all finished up there. So they can see a little bit of snow today in the northern areas, especially later on. This is between today overall, as it'll be wrapping up by the afternoon period. But by later on tomorrow, though, more snow moves in, about a half an inch or less before we're all finished up. Maybe some isolated higher amounts, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal overall moving forward. So again, winds, not too bad out there. They'll be at around 25 miles per hour at times with that wave of energy that will continue to move through. That will be calming down later on tonight, so the winds will not be very long lasting at all. And in fact, a nice warm-up on the way as well. We'll go for the lower 30s, which is our average high for today and tomorrow. That's what we should be hitting. We'll reach for the upper 30s Thursday. 40s make a return by the weekend, so that will feel very nice to get outside and rather enjoy. So your forecast for today, lower 30s, a few flurries, but then gradual clearing. West wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 17 degrees, becoming partly cloudy, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, here we go, lower 30s, snow showers on the way. Southwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. So slight chance for snow on Thursday as highs reach close to 40 degrees. We're dry on Friday, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-40s, and a slight chance for rain showers on New Year's Eve. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-40s.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Well, we now turn to Maryland in a dramatic rescue caught on camera after a small plane crashed into an icy creek. ABC's Morgan Norwood has that story.
John Jolene and his son saw this single-engine plane crash into this creek south of Baltimore and knew they had to do something fast.
Normally they're over there, and this time he was heading right for us.
I do have multiple civilians with kayaks. It's pretty iced up over here.
So the Navy veteran and his son grabbed 2 kayaks, knowing that every moment counts in such frigid water.
You're pushing the whole ice flow, which is good. So just keep nice and slow.
But the ice was so thick, they had to use shovels to paddle.
I'm like, an oar's not going to do it. I need a shovel.
When they reached the stranded pilot, 71-year-old Steve Crouchman, he was standing on the wing of the plane, sinking. They shouted instructions to him.
Get out of the water. Just get out of the water and just hold tight. And then I just pickaxed backwards and got my kayak back onto the ice, and he was out of the water.
The father and son were soon joined by a police officer and a third kayak who helped get the pilot to safety, eventually pulling him onto this rescue boat. But Dad doesn't call himself a hero.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it just as someone who saw something that needed to do something.
So I'm sore, so I'm sure he's pretty sore as well.
Thank goodness for people willing to get involved. Back with more right after this.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
Name?
Special Agent Will Trent, Georgia Bureau Investigation.
Will sees things that no one else does.
There's a kidnapping.
Oh, I love some good old-fashioned detective work.
You read that crime scene like it was a book.
I bet I can solve this tonight.
You made a bet on this?
So an opportunity to make a little cash.
Why Will Trent? He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
Plus, I'm a pretty observant guy.
If the winter weather in Maine has you yearning for the tropics, look no further than the Orland Oasis. As Jody Hersey tells us, the mom of 4 who runs this pool is more than happy to share it with others.
In Hancock County, off of busy Acadia Highway, sits the Orland Oasis, a tranquil and relaxing indoor heated pool that can be rented by the hour or event by those wishing to get their toes wet.
It was really great during the pandemic for families to just have an option to come and not be around other people. A nice activity.
Shannon Labby moved from Aroostook County to Orland with her husband and 4 kids and thought opening this little getaway to the public was a great way to offset the cost of operating a pool. Labby uses the Swimbly app for all her bookings.
So Swimbly is pretty helpful in the way that they do it, and it's just all through them. You set up a profile, and they let me know when somebody books the pool, so I know when I need to have the doors opened or the pool uncovered and things like that.
The private entrance into the Orland Oasis provides guests uninterrupted time together, while also allowing the Labby family the ability to carry on with their day.
I've seen some ladies get a group of them together and they come out for a nice ladies' night out. There's moms who bring their toddlers during the daytime. Families' birthday parties. We have birthday parties. They're often on the weekends, so weekends are really busy. It's good though.
In Orland, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Very neat. And again, if you're interested in booking it for yourself, just visit the Swimply website at Swimply website, and you'll find all the information that you need. Maybe get away from the winter, if not just for a little while. That is it for this noon. Coming up tonight on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll have the latest on that terrible fire at the general store out on Great Cranberry Island. And we're also following a story about dozens of refugees who may be coming to Bangor. Those stories and more coming up tonight at 6. In the meantime, I'm Craig Colson, and for everyone here at ABC 7, we hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Bangor Floral is your perfect destination this holiday season. Since 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful holiday gifts for almost 100 years, featuring new, colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets that have warmed hearts for generations. And we strongly support the Buy Local movement by purchasing directly from local farms and growers. Bangor Floral at 332 Harlow Street. Experience a flower shop like no other this holiday season.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.